you the Mortgage Minute today, being brought to you by our friends at Geneva Financial. When you're ready for that next home loan, Geneva's got the programs and the products. You just need to make the call. 800-306-1990, 800-306-1990, and every day at this time. OBMMI, they provide the most comprehensive, accurate, timely, and interactive analysis of pricing ever conducted in the mortgage industry, calculated from actual locked rates with consumers across 35% of all mortgage transactions nationwide. They do not tell us APR. They tell us points paid or points received. All they tell us is the number you need to put into your mortgage calculator. And if you don't have a mortgage calculator, you can get one on our app. It's free. RonIsMyLender.com. RonIsMyLender.com. There is no obligation. You don't need to do anything. Just get the app. Again, it is totally free. So let's take a look and see what happened with mortgage rates on Friday. Conventional 30-year fixed was up 6.275. Jumbo 30-year fixed up 6.457. FHA 30-year fixed up 6.052. VA 30-year fixed up 5.733. And USDA 30-year fixed, that one was down 5.989. And for the month, I know that the Home Select best loan on the market, if you qualify, not everyone qualifies. Home Select, that was down in the month when we came out with that number, the latest number. That's rsrhomeselect.com. Every day, as early as the data allows, we do put out a report. You can see our thoughts on what's going on in the market. rsrlinks.com/market minute. rsrlinks.com/market minute. That'll tell you what our thoughts are on the market. So let's see what the market is doing right now. There we go. If I can get it brought back up on the screen, the S&P 500 is now down 21 points. 10-year Treasury, that one's up 5 basis points right now. That's the rate. The yield is up to 4.03. The mortgage bond. Now remember, the bond is going to move in the opposite direction of the rate. The mortgage bond is down 24 basis points, which means interest rates are up today. And a lot of that is just so much of the folks have not gotten through the data that I actually shared with you a little bit earlier in our broadcast. And I will share it again for those that didn't catch what we were talking about earlier. Was that jobs report really as good as they seem to think it was? And I'm going to share with you, there is some data that shows that maybe the underlying data, that's the big issue. The underlying data, is that talking about really as good as it was? So non-farms payrolls, yes, grew by 245,000 in September, surpassing the 150,000 consensus. Payroll seasonal adjustment, that means where they just throw some numbers in there to adjust it. They're saying, maybe because of holidays or summer or getting ready for Christmas jobs, whatever. Well, it was the largest adjustment since 2002. Wonder why? 22 years, this was the largest. Revisions for the previous 2 months added 72,000 jobs. So one would say, okay, well, there's a total new job gain then of 326,000. But all of the August revisions was attributable to government jobs. Private payrolls were actually revised down. Education and healthcare sectors accounted for 50% of private sector job creation in 2024. These are recession-proof jobs. Whether there is good economy, bad economy, education and healthcare still has to go on. Here's the big one that, again, not talked about very often. Average work week fell to 34.2 hours, the lowest level of the year. That's the same when you take and divide that work week out by workers and people and payroll. That's the equivalent of losing 300,000 jobs. And the durable goods manufacturing. This is important because these are the big items. Durable goods manufacturing lost 85,000 jobs. So this, again, not good numbers because there's a factor that goes into all of these. And what do I mean by a factor? There's a multiplier. And what this multiplier actually does is it says, okay, for every one durable goods job, there's going to be some number of one times something. So, like in real estate, I know, you do economics of real estate, is for when there's a house sold, 1.7 is the economic impact of that happening. So durable goods, there's a multiplier that goes in as to how much economic impact there is for that. We're also looking at the Black Knight Home Price Index. Black Knight reported their home price index this morning, showing home values rose 0.12% in August and are now up 3% year over year, down from 3.6 in the previous report. Home prices continue to appreciate, although they are slowing, which is normal during this time of year. They also reported that there are 4.3 million in-the-money mortgage holders who have a 720 credit score and would have at least 20% equity after refinancing. This number is likely fallen due to the recent rise in rates, but we do anticipate rates to come back down in the coming months. That's why we're telling you over and over and over again, get ready and have that conversation as to what rate number makes sense for you to restructure your home loan. How do you figure that out? Well, what do I mean by that? Go to rsrlinks.com/what's your number. rsrlinks.com/what's your number. And that's going to actually give you an idea to go in there and find out in dollars. Don't worry about percentages because they don't mean anything. You cannot go out to eat. You cannot go out to vacation. You cannot pay for healthcare. You can't buy a new car with a percentage. It's a payment amount. It's your number. So go to rsrlinks.com/what's your number. Figure out what the number is, $200, $300, $400 a month, that will make it worthwhile for you to redo your home loan. When you do that, well, then you figure out, okay, does it make sense? And we get everything ready for you all in advance. That way, if rates drop again, see, they dropped quite a bit and then went up last Thursday, Friday, and today. So volatility in rates is a great example of why you need to establish a strike rate and move quickly once rates fall, as the opportunity can be short-lived and fleeting. Again, go take a look, rsrlinks.com/what's your number. That's the Mortgage Minute, brought to you by our friends at Geneva Financial. When you're ready for that next home loan, Geneva's got the programs and the products. You just need to make the call, 800-306-1990, 800-306-1990.